Good morning, guys. Today we are talking about ECG, electrocardiography, and here we are discuss about some steps how to read ECG. There is some basic steps. So first we see here there is a P, Q, R, S, T intervals. So as we know in ECG, we will see the according to how heart is the working, and during the movement of heart, like how is it working, there will be during the ECG. There will be in ECG strip, it will be the sign like there will be waves, P waves, Q waves, R, S and T. So we see the ECG strip. There is small boxes, and each small boxes got 5 small boxes. So each one big box got taking the time of 0.20 second, and a small box it will taking the 1 mm, the size of 1 mm, and taking the time of 0.04 second. So here we see this is the ECG as we see, and for the heart rate there will be some basic steps for how to interpret the ECG. So the basic steps: first rate, second rhythm, third intervals, fourth axis, enlargement and abnormalities. So first we see rate, how to calculate the rate. So we see this is the lead. So we see the lead 2. We can see lead 1, 2, anyone. So lead 2 is the basically we will be prefer, because there will be it will be very long, and we can see the fully whatever abnormality is there, we can easily to find there. So as we see here, so this is the boxes. So we count the boxes from R to R interval. From R to R interval we will see the boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. Total 18 boxes. As we see here is 18 boxes. So what is the rule? 1500 divided by number of small square boxes. So 1500 divided by 18 is 88 beats per minute. As we know, so now what is the heart rate is 88 beats per minute. So now we know the what is the normal heart rate is 60 to 72 hertz beats per minute. So if 72 is normal, but more than 100 we will calculate the tachycardia, and below the 60 we will mention bradycardia. So next step is rhythm. How we check the rhythm? Rhythm will be two types: either sinus tachycardia, either bradycardia. As I told you, below the 60 it will be bradycardia, and heart rate, if heart rate is more than 100 beat per minute, it will be tachycardia. So for this for the heartbeats, as I show you before, we can check lead 2. Okay, so now another thing is interval. So step 3 is interval. In interval we see here already there is a P wave, Q wave, R wave, S and T. So during the interval we will see here P wave. So P wave is taking if P wave is taking more than 0.12 second, it will be abnormal. So we can see here. Later we will talk about what will happen if we will P wave is taking more time or less time, like broad too much or peak too much. So we will later we will talk about it, what is the abnormalities. Now we are talking only for the small things or basic things. So we will see here if the normal value, if P wave the size is either 3 or either less than 3 small boxes, and PR intervals, here PR intervals will be 0.12 to 0.20 second, or either 0.35 small boxes. Okay, so next it will be QT interval. So QT interval will 0.35 to 0.43, and in females, so we will check here the second during the time of seconds. So QRS duration. So QRS duration we will see here small three small boxes. Okay guys, so Guys, so next is the axis deviation. For axis deviation we have to check the ECG. For ECG, for axis deviation we have to check only two things: lead 1 and lead AVF. We see here lead 1, this one, lead 1 as we see, and AVF, this one. So we will see here how we interpret. So for the, we have to see the lead 1. If lead 1 is up and lead AVF also up, so this is the normal axis deviation. I will show you the example for showing to the ECG reports. So if left axis deviation, what will happen to left axis deviation? In lead 1 there will be QRS pointing will be up, and lead AVF QRS pointing will be down. So we will see here now ECG. So first we will see the lead 1. So lead 1 we will see the QRS, it will be up, and AVF. Now we have to see AVF also up. So this is the normal axis deviation. There is no any deformity. So what will happen if next right axis deviation? In the right axis deviation there we see QRS pointing in lead 1 will be down, and lead AVF it will be up. In extremely axis will be if both lead 1 and lead AFV will be both QRS pointing will be down, that means there will be extreme axis deviation. So